title, this is the cheapest Tesla Model 3 Performance in the UK. It just happens to have 217,000 miles on it though.
What in God's name?
Now you might be thinking, I'm mad, bonkers. Well, I've actually got a Tesla Model 3 already, a long range with 121,000 miles on it. And it's been absolutely outstanding, and the batteries have been fine, and the build quality is pretty good. But this 22 plate, this is actually a Chinese made one rather than the American made one like my previous car. And I can tell you for sure, it drives so much better. The quality is fantastic, panel gap's really good, and it looks better as well, especially the performance with the turbine, Uber, whatever wheels they are. Sorry, I should know that, shouldn't I? Anyway, so why have I got two electric cars? Well, my wife's car, Mazda Petrol Auto, is 15 years old. It really needed replacing. Really reliable car. It's Japanese, of course. But yeah, just wanted to change that up. But it wasn't the Tesla I was looking at originally. I was actually looking at the Kia e-Niro. I was looking at the Hyundai Kona and a couple of other electric cars. And I was scouring the Auto Trader for probably about 6 months, and also BCA and Mannheim to try and find a really good deal. And in fact, I actually missed out on a high mileage Tesla, and R. Simmons has bought that, and that is an amazing car. So check out his channel because there's some great stuff on there about Teslas. So I found this one a couple of weeks later on BCA, and I saw it done 217,000 miles. And I looked at the condition report, it was grade 4, which when I used to buy cars for a living, I would normally not touch. But I went into the detail on the condition report and it was actually pretty good. Let me take you to the video that I did when I went to first pick up the car, having spent X amount of money, and I'll put the price at the end of the video, and then we'll go through the condition step by step. So I've just been dropped off at BCA Blackbush by the missus. And yeah, I basically set a time to collect the vehicle. I've already paid for it, and yeah, just really excited and nervous really, because I've got really no idea in reality what this car's going to be like, other than I've seen a condition report, so I knew the damage. I got someone to have a look around it physically, and I did call Tesla. Well, I was at Tesla at the time, and they got me to check a little bit the history on the vehicle, and it has had a full air conditioning or maybe a heating system fully replaced on it, which is good news that it went to a Tesla dealer just before coming to the BCA. But yeah, like I said, a bit nervous. I mean, is it going to be able to drive home? So, in we go. Hang on a minute. No way. That's it. That's it. Oh my God. It actually looks really nice, but let me save that for the walk around when I get home. Let's hope it works. Look who's come to join me in my new car. Just come to say hello. Literally just nearly beeped myself. How am I going to get him out? Well, it's obviously a good sign that we got probably the first Bumblebee I've seen this year. Please don't go into the inside of the car. Good news, I saved him. Right, I've just sorted out the insurance. It's actually pretty cheap. It was 670 quid. Did it on monthlies because, yeah, just try and save money. I just need to tax it. And the good news about taxing it now in March is it's free for a year. The question is, will this number plate stay on? Right, I've just taxed it for free. Happy days. I've just found out something amazing. It's just, I'm so goddamn happy. It's got full self-driving on it, which is a £6,000 option, and it's still on the car after going through the auction. So not only has it got the white interior, the pleather upgrade, which is £1,000, it's got the full self-driving. I wonder if it's got a tow bar as well. It wasn't owned by a company, it was owned by an individual person, but it was still VAT qualifying, which was interesting. But just setting up all the settings and then I'm off to work and better get going. We're going to be driving it out for the first time. For those who don't know, I've actually already got a Tesla Model 3, but it's a long range. And if you want to see more about that car and all the modifications done to that particular vehicle, I'll put the video up here. And that vehicle is a 2019 on the 69 plate, and it's done 121,000 miles now. And I'll tell you what, you can tell straight away that this Chinese built one compared to my American built one, everything feels better quality, everything. as I just touched the steering wheel, which I'll show later with a full overview of the condition. Yeah, everything feels more quality. I mean, to be fair, the suspension feels good. That is a great sign. I was worried about the mechanics on this car. The rear tyres, I've checked them. They definitely need changing. They're kind of on the wear bars. Front ones look alright. They're about 3 mil. But I tell you what. No, that doesn't feel like any Bush's issues to me. Is that just a... This is a nervous time. Oh, it definitely feels quick. I don't know what mode I'm in actually. Am I in... Oh, I pressed the button, the glove box opened. I'll tell you what, that's built the confidence. I've looked round it after, when I first arrived, not in too much detail, and picked up all the things that were on the report, but ultimately there could be some serious amount of money being spent on, I say serious, it's not actually that bad, but on bushes and things like that. But I'll tell you what, no squeaking, because it does suffer from squeaking bushes and top mounts, but that sounds fine. So it's clearly been replaced recently. And I tell you what, the suspension feels nice. It doesn't feel tired. Doesn't feel tired at all. I reckon that my missus might change her mind. She doesn't want a grey with white interior. She says it's old man. Anyway, I'm getting to the gate now.
Afternoon.
Hello, mate.
You all right?
I was a bit nervous about it. It's done 217,000 miles, this one.
Oh wow, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's a lot. That's even more than mine, mate.
And the
Very
engine's really quiet.
That's because we've replaced almost.
It's right.
9 times out of 10 you get through, but you're good to go anyway.
All right, buddy. Have a lovely day.
Have a safe trip, mate.
Take care, mate. We've got to check out the acceleration. It's a performance. We haven't come here to mess about. So, we'll do a proper performance run soon, but it's got to be done, hasn't it? Yep, that is definitely quicker than my long range with the boost. You can, it's the rear motor, so the main difference between a long range that's been boosted and the performance is the rear motor, which gives a lot more torque, and that's why the 0 to 60, even when you boost a Tesla Model 3 long range, and check out the video up here for my antics at Santapod, where we had some fun with lots of other cars, that the rear motor makes all the difference, because mine's like 0 to 60 3.7 and the 0 to 60 on this is about 3.1, so it's just that first kind of 10 to 20 meters, it really gives you extra torque, which is nice. It feels mint, mate. It feels mint. Famous last words. I wonder what the brakes are like. The brakes work. It does feel like it needs some wheel alignment, potentially. Maybe it's just because mine's different. I've got to go work to pick up some bits first, and then I am going home. So it's probably about 180, 170 miles I've got, and I've got 209 miles in the range, which normally wouldn't be a problem in a Tesla, but because I haven't got the UV5, I haven't connected my Tesla app, which ultimately means that I can't do the easy Tesla charging. I have to do the normal public charging, which will be more expensive, slower, and. So let's see if we can eke out the range. No aircon on, nothing. We'll go hypermiling. Right, finished at work now and managed to get some gaffer tape. So now we've changed it from a grade 4 to a grade 3, just with that simple modification. Okay, it's not exactly straight, but at least it's not falling off. After 44 miles, I got to work. Now I'm going to go home, and the mileage to get home is 124 miles, and the car can get there with 15% left. So happy days. Let's get on the move. So I've just got back home. I've now done 171 miles in my now 217,367 mile Tesla Model 3 performance, and
wow, it's been, yeah, absolutely trouble-free. I've still got 13% battery state of charge left. I am over the moon.
217,545 miles. I've actually done about 300 miles in the car so far, and it's been trouble-free, but we're going to be racking up the miles on this for sure. And I really do think I've got a bargain here. I really, really do. But the battery degradation test will confirm that on my next video, so make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss that. I could be in tears, who knows, but let's go around the condition so you can see how good this car is. So when I bought this car through BCA, it gave me a really good condition report and mechanical report, and basically you could tell what the condition of the bodywork was like, the tyres, any kind of issues that it might have. Now this one didn't have a full report on it, so I went a little bit deeper. When I was at Tesla getting my other Tesla something sorted on it, I asked them to have a look on the computer to see what has been done to it recently, and he managed to give me a few little tips, which was really, really interesting. So let's go to the damage first of all. So first of all, in terms of the front bumper, there is a crack and a few marks. So there's a bit of a bump just here on the front. You can hardly notice it really unless you get real deep down. And then there's another one just down here. So this is actually a crack in the bumper. And the plan for this car is to make it look like a 22 plate. Not that it's done the mileage that that's already been highlighted. So that's the front bumper, does need sorting. So in terms of the kind of the main bits, and I'll show you around the other side because the sun's on it. So something that the Tesla Model 3s are quite prone, especially the dual motor with the motor on the front, is kicking up stones onto the sill here, which isn't aluminium, because a lot of parts on this car are aluminium, like the doors, for example. So it's kicked up the stones and it started to rust a bit, but it's not actually too bad. It's both on, you know, it's the same on both sides, so that is something to sort out. Looks like the inner wing needs a little bit of a adjustment. So in terms of the rest of the bodywork, I mean, there's not really much on it. As you can see from the condition report, there was a scratch on the bonnet. I mean, there's that there, which is just a bit of a stone chip. But I can't believe this front bumper. I think it's actually been sprayed at some point because there's no kind of stone chips on it at all. It's just the damage. So going around the rest of the car, wheels, I mean, that one, you could argue there's a tiny little mark down there. Other than that, all good. Door's looking good. I mean, yeah, just very, I mean, a bit of a stone chip there. Oh no. What else we got? Oh, yeah, okay, couple of, maybe a little bit of a touch up there, but that wheel's looking really good. Bit of a paint flake there, so the lacquer's peeled off there a little bit. The rear of the car, now this number plate was actually hanging off. It was like falling down. I've just taped it for now, but yeah, I mean, apparently a grade 4 car. I can't believe it. Yeah, I mean, okay, a little bit of lacquer there maybe that needs sorting out on the rear bumper. It's probably this wheel's kicking it up. Again, this wheel, no curbs, maybe a tiny little touch up. And the same on this. In terms of the tyres, it's got sort of 3mm on the front. They're Falcon tyres, not too bad, sort of medium grade. And the rears are Hankooks Ventus S1 Evo 3s. One thing that I found quite strange is it's got 275 3020s, and in the UK, according to Black Circles and many others, it should have 235 3020s. So that was an interesting one. But these rear tyres, I mean, they're 2mm. They definitely need replacing. But it has got 275s at the front and back. So I'll probably put the front 275s at the back and then put the 235 35 20s at the front. Put it in the comments if you think that's a bad idea. Now, the dual range motor badge is missing with the red line under it. Obviously, someone was going a bit more stealth with it. Let me show you the interior. So, as you might be able to notice, it's got the white upgraded interior. This is a £1,000 option from new. I quite like it. My missus hates it. She goes, oh, it's dentist chair, it's horrible. I mean, I quite like it, but ultimately this will be her kind of main runaround vehicle. So, so yeah, I've got a plan for that after we've done the cosmetics, etc. So keep tuned. Don't forget to subscribe on this channel, because there'll be quite a few videos on this particular vehicle, including battery degradation test and getting it back to what it should look like for a 22 plate. As you can see, the seats, unbelievable for a 217,000 mile car. And you know, there's no scratches, anything on the dash is working well. Need to sort out that pink car. Don't want people getting a wrong idea. Door cards, although a bit of muddy bits on there, looking really good. And because it's got the white interior, it's also got the white dash, which is what I put on Rusty, my modified Tesla Model 3. I mean, this was a taxi, this particular vehicle, but I'm guessing it's had seat covers on, because again, the interior is absolutely mint here. There were a couple of reports on the interior on the condition report, but I can't really see anything, to be honest. It all looks good. Again, door cards look really good. Yeah, all tickety-boo. So there's a problem inside. So there is a problem here. Now on the later sort of Chinese made and the heated steering wheel versions, which have the black trim, because they got the heated steering wheel, they tend to go, the pleather seem to go a little bit more on them, so that's not ideal. So this steering wheel definitely needs replacing or retrimming. So I wish I had recorded me bidding on the car, because I was buzzing afterwards, mainly because I was right on the edge of my budget. When I'd done a bit of research on what 22 plate Tesla Model 3 performances were going for, at sort of 80,000 miles, they were going for sort of 19, 20 grand. Bearing in mind, this has got metallic paint, it's got the interior upgrade and £6,000 worth of full self-driving. At that sort of 80,000 mile mark, you could argue that this car would be more like 22 grand, maybe a bit more at that mileage. So in my mind, I had, okay, 10 grand was kind of my budget. Having lost out on a Tesla Model 3 long range with 216,000 miles, I was glad to lose out to R. Simmons, and that he's done some great videos, so check them out on his channel. But yeah, 10 grand was kind of my ceiling. So what did I pay for it? I kind of knew, based on my used car buying days, that normally people go 10, they'll go 10-1. So I was thinking, well, maybe I'll go 10-2, and that'll be my max. So the bidding started about 8.5, something like that, even though Cap said it's worth about 6 grand. I'm sure there's loads of naysayers saying, oh, the budget's going to blow up. Well, it's done 216,000 miles, already on 300 miles. It's absolutely fine. But we will find out on the battery degradation test in terms of the health and the capacity. So I paid 10.2 for it. Then, because it's BCA Auction, it's plus the fees. So it's £10,709, something like that. Let me know what you think. Do you think I've got a bargain? I think I've got a really good bargain, but time will tell, because with that kind of mileage, there's clearly going to be a few issues along the way, and there are a few things to sort out. So obviously the bodywork, the rear tyres, and I did notice that a couple of rear bushes, you know, you can feel when you're at stationary and you just accelerate a little bit, then you can sort of feel that play and hear it a little bit. It's not that bad, but it'll definitely need replacing, ready for my wife to start driving it. So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to watch the series of videos on this channel. If you're into modified EVs and EV conversions as well, there's loads of videos on the channel, so check that out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.